100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see Modesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, dame pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number saved, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Hey, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me cause her lame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it?
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the London Monarchs and the Brooklyn Barons. This will be fielded at the 8. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They run for the first time with Justice Hill. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. From the gun, it's Jackson. Got a man. it's Brown. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Jackson being chased out left. He may try and run for this. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line.
It's 4th down.
Watch the edge.
A shotgun handoff to Patterson, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. He's got it to Hilton. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's another Brooklyn 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Check. Check 26. Check 26. Check 30. 22. Check. Cover. 22. Check. Cover. Check 4.
They run with Patterson. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This offense converted once already in this first quarter. They're going to try it again here on fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone now, here's Taylor on first down. And it's caught. Touchdown. James Washington. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken near the 13. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, he's picking up where he left off last week, a tackle for loss there. And remember, coming off the end a week ago, 4 of them.
And I like how you said picking up, because that means he's probably using his hands really well. I know people don't think about it a whole lot. He's got to use those to control the people trying to block him, shed them, and get to the ball carrier in the offensive backfield.
This time, Jackson will throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, their last miss on 3rd down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
And this will be taken at the 13. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Taylor. He's got his man Sharp complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They'll run on 1st down. It's Patterson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. These two teams all tied after 1. 2nd quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. On 2nd down now, it's Patterson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Taylor to throw on third down. And that will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone, and the football will come out to the 20-yard line. They'll start the drive with Hill. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Brandon Graham applied the heat off the edge.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play action sack. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
That's going to be a long day. Check 9, check 9. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check 43. Switch. Alert flare.
On first down, Patterson. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Check the backer. Watch twist.
To throw is Taylor, operating from the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Taylor. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Matt Weil now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 25 on 2nd down, Jackson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Jackson now. He gets it to Brown, complete. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys have taken the lead. And nothing too crazy there. a quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Patterson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Here we go. Hey. 4 down, 4 down. Match back. Right. Watch.
Now Taylor from the gun, he'll throw. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. So back at the midfield stripe now, they'll come up 2nd and long. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Brandon Graham picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Stop your whining.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Jackson on 1st down. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
First carry for James Conner. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
From midfield now, here's Taylor. And his throw here's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but it'll be second down. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Down to lose one. Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Watch the curl, watch the curls. Come on. One set. Check Mike 54.
Throwing again. Taylor. This will be caught by Brown. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Kill. Taco Echo. Turn up. Kill.
On 2nd down and 4. Taylor. And it's caught. Touchdown. Antonio Brown. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust?
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Marcus Davenport showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Sheldon Rankins able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Let's get there.
3 and out.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. James Conner, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
First down and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and he will take this down to the 10-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Taylor, operating from the gun. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Antonio Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
They'll take over First down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
49 the mic, watch 49. I got you.
From the gun, Jackson. He is going to find Hill here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one a 14-yard play, and it keeps this drive moving.
49, guys.
Operating from the gun, Jackson dancing to his left. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. Jackson now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Hill, the intended receiver once again. And that'll bring up second down. To throw again is Jackson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Marcus Davenport able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Mike, 49. Come on, motion.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd down, Hill. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, I didn't have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
3rd and goal, Jackson. feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He can run for it, and he will.
The defense was almost too good on that play. They took away all of his targets. The one thing they forgot, to account for him as a runner, and he's able to tuck it and go for the end zone and get it done.
Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Let's go, D. That's me.
Here's Jackson to throw.
Tackle.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On 2nd down, it's Patterson. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Once more, they turn to Patterson, and he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Check. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Switch.
They'll run on first down. Patterson. The former first-round pick, Shane Ray, in on the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Tavon Young in on the tackle.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, it's Patterson, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He was brought down by
This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
On second and a yard, Taylor, and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. A fourth quarter score, meanwhile, from Kansas City. The Chiefs continue to add on. They're really rolling. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 34-yard line.
You go take
They'll keep it on the ground. Patterson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On first down, it's Patterson. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. And they let their fullback try and push the pile. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. Now it's Taylor. Man open left side is Brown. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's got Cordell Patterson. Touchdown! Cordell Patterson. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead is up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Drop deep. Off. 49 to Mike. 49.
To throw is Jackson. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go. Guys. Mike, 49. 6 man. Check curls.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Get in the weight room. 49 to Mike, 49.
Jackson from the shotgun. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
I don't think you got it, sir. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Now Jackson. And this is incomplete.
After that incompletion, I almost get the sense that he's going to look up at the booth and kind of look at us and say, hey, you guys got any suggestions? It's been that kind of game, hasn't it? They've had him on the run throughout.
Yeah, and I get that you're trying to make a play here losing 4th quarter, but to throw when you're not set with pressure coming could have been an interception. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they'll indeed take a knee. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to kick it away. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the home team here, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.